So the Pope, right? The Pope has passed on. He passed on Easter Day. That's shocking. That's sad. Nobody should buy like that. But there's something I noticed in the Catholic Church or among the Catholic brethren in Nigeria. There is nothing like any mourning. These people are not mourning their Pope. The Pope should be like the number one, would I say the number one Christian leader in the world? Yeah, that being said, he's like the biggest in the Pentecostal faith, right? They call people like that the general overseer. Now, the Pope is like the number one man. Now, the difference between the Pope and general overseers is unlike the Pope, right? General overseers are usually the founders of that church, yeah. But Pope, I think, is done by, would I say, selection or whatever. Yeah, that's the difference. But in all, what I'm trying to explain is that this man that passed on is like the number one. In fact, I refer to him as the number one Christian or the father of Christianity in the whole world, if you ask me, because the Pentecostal church and all of that came, a lot of, so many people in the Pentecostal faith have their traces or their roots from the Catholic. Let me just leave it there. You have your phones, you have your keyboard, you can type whatever you want to type, but that is just the truth. Now the Pope passed on, and the Catholics in Nigeria are not mourning him. There is nothing that looks like they are mourning their king or their head. Right. And I begin to wonder why. And I made deep research and I found out that this man had zero whatever with blacks. Yeah. I saw in a particular video where he was, a lot of people were coming to greet him, particularly Reverend Fathers, right? They were coming, bishops coming to greet him who were white. And in fact, some of them were kissing him, and all of that. But when this particular black bishop came, he was like, no. And I'm like, wow, this man is also a RACISD. And then I'm like, why would that even happen? Now I see reasons why these people in Africa like have zero or no affection for that man. You get, yeah, it's painful. He parted, but now what would he be remembered for? For instance, what do you think the Pope would be remembered for? As a matter of fact, if you ask me, this is like the worst Pope I've seen or that have existed in my own lifetime. You won't compare this Pope with the likes of Pope John Paul II and all of that. Because this one came changing everything. We can see different video clips of when he was trying to, support some certain things, yeah, that is not part of the doctrine of Catholic. That's what I would say, because a lot of them here, if not, why would they be like, the Nigeria I know would have posted his pictures everywhere, like maybe mourning him and all of that. But let me tell you, the Catholics in Nigeria are different. If you ask me, I'll say, now I understand. It's like the Catholic Church in Nigeria is quite different from other Catholic church, right? I feel the Catholic is a religion on its own. And then in Nigeria, the Catholic is a church. You get, right here, they are doing their thing. They don't care. They don't care. Some of them might have posted it on their wall, oh, rest in peace, but there is nothing. There is no affection. There is nothing. They are not mourning nothing. Yeah, because this man hardly even recognized African bishops and Reverend Fathers, if you ask me. I don't know why. Now, that brings me to a question. Why is it that till today, there is no black pope? Why has there never been a black pope in the history of the Catholic Church or in the history of the Catholic faith? Why? Why is it always the same people looking alike, looking like themselves? There was a time we heard that the new pope was going to be a black man from Nigeria. And all of a sudden they do wudu wudu, and I'm like, wow. So these things too happen in the Catholic Church. It means there's no unity there. How are these things being done, anyways? I want to know, because right now the man has passed on. I've seen him lying in state. A lot of people have gone there to, pay their last respect and all of that. But in Nigeria here, people have moved on. They don't care. It's none of their business. Whether the man cried, concern them. They are doing their thing. Yes, they are living their life right down here in Nigeria. I don't know. Tell me, how do you think this thing has really, really, affected your place? If you're a Christian, right, in your state, you can understand a lot of people watching me are not even Nigerians. Now, tell me, if you're a Catholic, did anything happen? Are you people going to do lying in state? Are you people going for the funeral? Have you people gone to do anything? What is it? Why is it that, or why is it like you people don't even give a freaking F of a flying F about the whole thing? Why is it? Because me, I'm even getting worried about it. Meanwhile, I'm only being inquisitive. Nothing else. I just want to know why. Why is it like that? I love the Catholic Church. I'm not a member. Yes, I was a Catholic Church for a few months. Sorry, I was a Catholic member for just a few months, not a full member. I am not. I didn't baptize in the Catholic Church, but I just love Catholic Church. I don't know how it is abroad, but the ones in Nigeria here, they have one of the most solemn, gathering, place of worship. For me in Nigeria, a Catholic church is a place where you respect God to the core. You won't hear noise whenever the Reverend Father is up there. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm so worried about it. Why is it that people are not even giving any damn about this whole thing? They're not making it any big deal. Like, why? Why? And again, the second question is, why has there not been a black pope? There should be a black pope. They're all Christians. They're all Catholics. They're all Reverend Fathers. Why is there no